Yani, I am. Hola, hola, Mzansi. Ah, Tibo, how's it?
Van Roy, come say hello to your
Yeah.
new pa.
Yani,
He said,
you're starting already. Yani,
you know from the word go. Come say hello to your new pa. Uh,
Yani, welcome to Let's Argue, guys. Let's start it off. Can you
yeah,
hear me,
no,
Tibo?
hey, you had a good weekend.
Yeah, I had a
You
good
had a good
weekend.
weekend.
Yeah, I had a good one. Chiefs won. Liverpool won. So, yeah. And
You're a
how was
Kosi
your?
fan.
Yeah.
I did not know this, bro. You're a Kosi fan.
Yeah, but I don't really, bruh. Over the years, they basically make you, they play so bad at times, making you not even want to watch a match. But yeah, anyway, it's a story for another day. Um, we're going to kick off with Betway PSL. But before we get there, ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a football. It's not a football weekend review. It was basically a direction setting weekend. So it wasn't just about football. It gave us a whole lot of ups and a whole lot of downs. Titles didn't get won, but belief did. Managers were fired. I hope to see who. I haven't checked as yet, but pressure was applied across the board, across South Africa and Europe, and we basically saw exactly who is growing and who is merely surviving. We go league by league, we go deep. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, let's argue. We start off with Betway PSL. This was basically control versus chaos, my friend Thibaut. The weekend results: Richards Bay, they faced off with Golden Arrows. That match ended in a 2-all draw. And then Orlando Pirates basically won that game against Mackenzie, 2-0 to them. Very, very good. Well done, Thibaut. I like it for the Pirates.
You know,
Polokwane,
Mus.
yeah, near. Polokwane City faced Obert College. They also drew 2-2. And then Marumo Gallants, they faced Amazulu. Amazulu actually came out with a victory, winning that match 1-0. And then Chipa United versus Durban City. Chipa was at home and they were a menace. They managed to win that game 2-0. So just a snapshot of the PSL table. Mamelodi Sundowns are now sitting at the number one spot with goal difference advantage. Orlando Pirates coming in at second place. They have a game in hand, which is very, very good for them. Amazulu, they are in third, quiet and very, very efficient. On the other end, Richards Bay is sitting at the fourth place. It shows that they actually moved up and they are causing mid-table congestion. Just a
Yeah,
bit
no,
of,
no, definitely, Van Roy. It was a jam-packed weekend, and as you can see,
yeah,
everyone is doing their part. Orlando Pirates are playing mature football, Lani. They don't rush,
yeah,
they don't chase, they just wait in the tall grass like a leopard, and then they strike.
and then they hunt. You know what I like for about Pirates? I almost said, you know what I like for the Pirates?
I know, I
um,
heard you.
they have a game in hand, and that can be a game changer if you look at where they are and where Sundowns is. It's just a goal difference advantage that Sundowns have over them, but then Pirates still have a gaming hand. So that actually counts as it's gonna come as a blessing for you.
No, listen, you're definitely spot on. And we mustn't also forget that there are other teams as well who are shining or who are at least
Yeah,
knocking on the door, like the KZN outfit Amazulu. I mean, they are probably one of the best coach sides that no one is talking about. They are compact, they are patient, and they are ruthless in low margin games.
100%. Just a bit of the penalty take. Yeah, as you said, Pirates really they showing and they proving that why they are up there. On the other hand, Amazulu, they are the best coach side that nobody is basically talking about. Like you said, Polokwane on the other hand, they collapsed from 2-0, losing from 2-0. Again, it highlights a PSL truth. The game management separates contenders from participants, and that's it, my friend.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, Van Roy.
So we're gonna move on to give you guys a bit of KEF context. Um, we had Al Hilal. They faced Mamelodi Sundowns, and they actually won that
Eish,
game. It
eish.
was not said for me, I'm always behind everybody that is from Mzansi, and it was quite
Mm.
a sad watch for me. Kaiser Chiefs, on the other hand, the love and peace people, they actually won against Zesco United, a 1-0 win. That really, really proves a lot, and it's a statement as well. It's a very, very, very big statement. I don't know about you.
Yeah, but you know what, Van Roy, ne? Football, man, on the African continent is very taxing. Sundowns, for example, they are being tested physically in Africa. Kaiser Chiefs, meanwhile, I mean, they are still learning how to win ugly, and I think this will bode well for maybe their journey into the African diaspora and maybe in their attempts to actually get something from the continent. But overall, I think you and I we've discussed this before. I think I think this format of the CAF Champions League or the CAF
Yeah,
Confed is really difficult. For for I think the rest of the teams maybe that are in the central part of Africa and the lower regions, because this is the biggest continent on the planet, big boss.
yeah,
And to move from playing in Johannesburg and growing up in one of those Arabic countries, it's crazy. It's difficult
yeah.
sometimes to even to get a flight that goes directly there. So can you imagine now you're trying to get to your destination, but you gotta stop at like three different spots,
Yeah,
and by the time you actually get to play, you haven't even shaken off the jet lag. It's crazy,
yeah.
bro.
You're very exhausted, and it's the truth that you are saying. You have to go to two or
Mm,
three other places actually to get to your destination, and that on its own, my friend, is tiring. Traveling alone exhausts you.
mm.
Yeah. So
Then and
we're gonna
then
move
if
on.
you're
Yeah.
if you're playing, if Android, if you're
Yeah.
playing a team from Morocco, you know the food that they give you all, will have you running up and down to the toilet. If you're playing a team in like West Africa or East Africa, you'll have soldiers to pick you up from your hotel or from your locker room with AK-47. Alfred Kuzwa,
You.
your dog. It's crazy. Playing in Africa
I.
is no joke. These little light little that participate in Europe and all these places. No offense, I think they're having it easy. They're having the time of their
Yeah.
lives. They really shouldn't complain about anything. They should come here and try to participate and see how far they'll get.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I actually saw a post like that where I think it was on FCON where there was one player that basically he couldn't stop doing number two. Like, and I was like, yo, it's rough, bruh. It's really, really rough. And for such big
Crazy.
competitions, ne?
It's crazy.
You would think that these people plan and prepare in advance, ne? Only to find that there's so many setbacks. But yeah, that's a story for another day. We move on to EPL action, ladies and gentlemen. This is title, intent, and identity. I'm
You
telling
know
you.
what? Ne? Van Roy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Van Roy, can you hear me? I think a gremlin
Yeah,
crept in there in your movie.
you couldn't hear me.
No, check. No, check. You know what? Ne? If you just go back and do your research on your Morocco and what have you, you will come to
Yeah,
find that every time there's like these sort of big tournaments or they are hosting, like club football competitions like CAF or CAF Confed, the
yeah,
opposition always have problems when they come to that kind. Always, bruh. Always, bruh. Hmm? Always.
yeah. It's,
And then when they lose the AFCON final, then they'll say, hey, the opposition were using all sorts of magic. So losers, man.
Yeah, it's true. There's no sportsmanship. But anyway, we move on to EPL. Key results that happened over the weekend. Liverpool won. They played at home against Newcastle. They had a 4-1 victory. So big ups to the boys. Chelsea actually came from. Hey, I almost said came from behind, but it
Oh,
did.
pause.
Pause.
Yeah, pause.
Pause.
You can't say anything these days. Hey,
Chelsea, hey, bro, you can't
respect.
say anything without, you know.
I can't say anything.
So Chelsea faced West Ham. They played at home. They were 2-0 down and they came back to win that match 3-2. So big ups to them. It really shows that, you know what, we have what it takes. The goals, the deficit, it doesn't really matter. Leeds, they played at home against Arsenal. Arsenal showed why they're in first position. They won that match 4-0. Leeds couldn't even reply after giving other teams headaches in EPL. So, Arsenal really, really are proving to be title ready. Tottenham, on the other hand, faced Manchester City. I think this is why Lebza actually ran away from this. Tottenham drew. They drew against City.
Yeah.
Yeah. They drew against City. That match ended in a 2-all draw. And then Manchester United won against Fulham. The final score was 3-2, and it was a very, very close game. I'm not sure if you saw highlights, but then it was one goal after the other. Yeah, it was very pulsating, but well done to Michael Carrick for actually carrying the boys. I actually read a statement. They said that instead of finding players to suit your system, actually find a system that suits your players, and that really proves to be showing the fruits of that. Very, very good. Big ups
Yes.
to Aston Villa faced Brentford and they actually lost. I was very disappointed. I thought that, you know what, if City draw here, Aston Villa can actually get a chance to go second and, put fire under the seat of Arsenal. But yeah, looks like they are cruising nicely, those people. Thibaut, just take us through the form guide.
Yeah, well, check Arsenal. Their last 5 games, they managed to get 4 wins and 1 draw. Manchester City, on the other hand, from their last 5 games, only managed to get 3 wins and 2 draws. Liverpool have been on the up and up as of late because they've registered 4 wins and 1 draw from their last 5 games. And Manchester United, Michael Carrick, dear Lord, this man has brought 4 wins in his last 4 games in the Premier League. I think he's had a perfect start to this particular campaign, and here's hoping that they will maintain this form and continue in this vein.
Yeah, no, really, if they do, next season it's going to be trouble for everyone. I think.
This season, Nani, not next. This season, yeah,
Yeah,
this
even
season,
this
not next
season.
season.
Even this
This
season. And
season,
remember,
if they
not so
continue
long.
playing like this,
Yeah,
if they continue playing like this, they are into the Champions League. They either
yeah,
finish second or third. If
yeah,
they
true.
continue playing like this.
Yeah, true. Very, very true. But I'm saying, comes
Mhm.
next season, that guy will be contending for the trophy. Actually, if you look at the last few games, they are not just winning; they're playing very, very beautiful football. And for me, that that is very critical. Besides the beauty of how they play, the passes are just connecting and into the final third as well, and they get end result.
And that's exactly why I'm saying that I think in the here and now, the season
Mm,
as it is now they can do it now. Of course, me saying that Manchester United after Michael Carrick coaching 4 games and now let's say making them title contenders, it's a bit of a stretch. I won't lie, it's a bit of a stretch, né? But what I'm trying to say, Big Boss, is that against the so-called biggest players this season, or well, since Carrick has been there, they've
yeah,
demolished them, bro.
it's true.
They choked them out. They controlled proceedings. It wasn't even an even contest. The opposition, if anything, can be lucky that like the scoreline, it was close. Like against Arsenal, the scoreline was close. against City,
Yeah,
it looked almost like a professional. But if you're actually watching the game, the chances that they got, the chances that they missed, I'm telling you,
yeah.
man, this United side can, if they continue this way, they are into the Champions League next year, and they either finish second or third.
Yeah, no, I fully agree on that one. Arsenal's 4-0 win over Leeds. That basically wasn't flashy, but it was authoritative, man. They took charge of everything. Champions win like that, Tibo.
Mm, No, I definitely agree with you. And then the other team from London, he threw a spanner in the works for a one Pep Guardiola. Tottenham Hotspur didn't just draw with City; they disrupted them in every way, shape, or form. Thomas Frank, I don't know if Thomas Frank has maybe steadied the ship, or if maybe Thomas Frank and the group have some sort of love-hate relationship, but in this particular game, I think the Spurs squad gave a good account of themselves. And if you're Pep Guardiola, this is another weekend where you escape the media actually calling you out for being below par.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's very true. On the other hand, just to add on, Manchester United under Carrick, they basically showing that they are emotionally lighter. They don't play with that heaviness. The players look happy when they're on the ball. Even when they're off the ball, you can see that these people are playing with spirit, and it comes from here. And they have that oomph, man. Like that for me, that you see a total different team. Late goals for them, they are not a sign of belief. It's basically a blueprint for me. It's not even luck. It's not even luck, my friend.
Yeah, no, no. You must also we must also remember, Van Roy, that Michael Carrick, he was there for the glory days when
Yeah,
when Manchester United used to dominate the Premier League. When Liverpool was on their 20-year run of not winning the Premier League. eh,
yeah.
It was,
Painful.
it was
It
because
was
of guys
painful.
like Michael Carrick.
Why he
No, but
contributed?
jokes aside, no, excuse, jokes aside, Liverpool are
Yeah,
still the biggest team in England.
based on.
Based on the trophies that they've accumulated. You must
Okay.
remember it's Real Madrid, ane? It's
Yeah,
AC Milan, it's Liverpool, it's Bayern. In fact, Liverpool and Bayern, I think they're tied on 6 Champions League both. And
yeah.
then, it's the rest. So Liverpool also have what, 21 league Premier Leagues, right?
Uh, we're
21.
actually we're actually equal to
Just
United right now. It's
22 now.
20. Yeah, it's 20. In last season
Oh,
we
you were nah.
20, man.
Yeah, you with when Klopp won the Premier League, he equaled Man United, what Man United had, which was 20. Remember Robin van Persie used to wear number 20 for Manchester United?
Yeah,
That was to signify their 20th league. He had promised Alex Ferguson that he will bring on the 20th league. The 20th was the one that overtook Liverpool because Liverpool were on 19. So when
yeah.
Klopp came in and he got you your league, you were level with United. Then Arne Slot, the big man, you're on 21 now. You see?
Anyway, okay. Anyway, Serie A, we move on to power, structure, and restoration. So on Serie A, standout results for the weekend. Juve played Parma. They actually won that game 4-1. Inter Milan played Cremonese, and they actually won that game 2-0. And Napoli faced Fiorentina, of which they also won that game 2-1. Thibaut, just take us through the table pulse.
Yeah, so Internazionale Milano are on an 11 match unbeaten run. Juventus, on the other hand, gave out another statement win, climbing the ladder fast, if you know what I mean, in terms of their
Yeah,
league standings. I think whatever it is that Luciano Spalletti is doing with this particular Juventus group, it's working, Lani, and to the detriment of the rest of, I think, anybody else maybe who is thinking of challenging for the Serie A title. Just like
Yeah,
I was just like I was saying about Manchester United, Spalletti is doing something I think that's borderline special with this Juventus side. They
yeah,
cannot stop scoring, bruh. They cannot stop scoring. Every game that they take to the pitch, you actually start to get the feeling that they are a predator, and whoever their opposition is their prey. And then Napoli, on the other hand, they're still clutching at straws, trying to mount up, a credible title defense. They're trying also to survive the injury crisis that is sweeping through their team. But luckily for them, they have
yeah.
reserves from their youth development to come through and what? How can I say? Give the necessary results for at least the team to get the win. Now, this past weekend, we saw another boring performance from Inter Milan, and that's the highest compliment I think we can give them.
Yeah, and here on the other hand, Napoli's young players, they basically are saving a season that should have collapsed. I don't know what more to say about them. But in other news, Fiorentina under Vanoli, the numbers say regression. To me, that's all that I can see. The eye test agrees as well. The numbers don't lie.
Yeah, I think that Fiorentina, they made a big mistake by getting rid of their coach that took them far in the, what's that, grade 9 competition, the UEFA Conference League. I,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess he decided to join us.
Hey, I'm a Chelsea for life.
You two deserve each other, man.
Did you see? He
Hey,
can't even
I
work. So
can't.
he's like,
Hi, guys. I can't wait, to be an entrepreneur only, so I don't have to, come back at 9 to 5 hours. So,
Aish.
apologies to my fans. I know you're only to the ladies. I know you're here for me. To the gents, Tibo's here. To the gents, Tibo is here. And then to the football fans, Roy is here. All right, so now that we are getting into La Liga, I think I stepped in at the right time because, first of all, obviously, Barca made easy work of Elche. I think Lamine now is over injury. He's now getting back to normal form. The team is starting to click, and it happened exactly like this also last season, except it was De Jong that was injured instead of Pedri. And then Casado and Pedri carried it until De Jong returned and made us lose against Inter. Anyway, so look,
Here, but
Barcelona, Elche, Barca just showed who they are, which was great. Levante, dog, definitely did not want to give the visitors anything. As we said, Atletico Madrid today, hot. Tomorrow, warm. Next week, lukewarm. Next week, what water? You know? And then the robbers of them all, the colonizers of them all of football, Real Madrid, colonized the ref this week. Yes, Thibaut, maybe you want to. I've got the video. Let me see. How do I share?
go on.
ah, hey,
And you know
you
what
see
is
when you make
funny?
stuff up.
You know what is funny? I hope he doesn't come back and share the wrong video. Hey,
Hey, hey,
anyway, just to
hey.
continue there,
Yeah, but you know what?
but he is right actually. Levante, Atletico Madrid, Atletico is basically hot, cold, lukewarm, fridge water, hot water, like rain. They are everything, bruh. They're not showing consistency. And you know what is weird, ne? Um, as you know, I like predicting scores, ne? I predicted that they are actually gonna win, and for the first time in a very long time, ne, it's wrong. Yeah, I was disappointed. Madrid, on the other hand,
Predicted what? Oh, that
I
for
predicted,
for
yeah,
that
Atletico
game.
will win. Yeah. So Madrid won. They played against Rayo Vallecano. Well done to you, bro. It was a 2-1 win. So that takes you where on the table? Etibo?
We're behind the league leaders Barcelona.
Okay, with how many points?
Ah man, one
I,
point
I don't.
difference, two
Yeah,
point,
it's not.
10
It's
point.
not that much.
You know, it's as
Let's.
many
Your
points,
voodoo.
it's as many points as Liverpool between where they are and what Arsenal is doing now.
Okay.
Never.
Okay.
Tibo,
Yeah.
Yeah,
your
Lebza,
voodoo
what
kicked me
food are
off
you
the
talking
court, bruh.
about?
Your
You
voodoo
know
that
what?
got you guys a penalty.
No,
Your
no,
voodoo that
I never
got you
kicked
guys
off
a
anyone, bro.
penalty.
Nah, bro.
Mm, no, everyone that's
You were gonna
watching.
show us the video. Show us the video.
Mm, your voodoo is
Everyone that's
definitely.
watching,
No, it doesn't allow me to share on my phone, bruh. I'll send it to you on WhatsApp. Let me send it
that's
to you on
because you're
WhatsApp.
connecting from Morocco.
Let me send it
That's
to you
because you're
on
connecting
WhatsApp.
from Morocco.
No, let me send it to you on WhatsApp so that.
Now we can't see
Oh
you.
no, but I did send it, bruh.
Now we
I
can't see
did. It's
you.
the one. It's the one I sent in the group. It's the one I sent in the group. You see,
I will
earlier
check.
today to say, was this a penalty, Tibo? I can't believe you robbed some kids, man. And you can picture Rayo
Nah, man,
Vallecano.
okay, you know
Like,
what? Nah, before you came back, Lebza, before you came back, Van Roy was about to jump on that thing and say that he agrees with you. Nah. So I let Van Roy finish, and then I will give you my reply if that's fair, if that's okay.
mm, mm,
What I was gonna say is that you are not that far from Barcelona in terms of points, ne? Just one slip
mm.
up. I've seen this, ne? And I've seen this. It's either Barcelona actually draw or lose, and then Madrid goes on top, and then vice versa as well. So I think if you can just
Yeah.
get your team in order, ne? I think it's going to be to the wire. This is not going to be an easy thing. It's going to go to the wire. That's basically what I wanted to say. I didn't want to argue, and I don't want to take it that
No,
way.
I'm also
But let
not
me tell you
arguing.
this. But let me tell you this, ne? Barcelona as well, ne? They win with drama as well. Lebza can't also just say that, yeah, it's
Yeah.
you guys that, that are robbing with penalties here in this day. Barcelona as well. Thibaut?
Guys, I'm walking to a site area
Lebza,
with better
change
network, man.
Marubado. No,
Right,
check it
this
out.
guy.
Change Murobalo. So
Check it
don't
out.
worry.
That
I called my network provider.
He's giving us a tour, Baba.
Yeah. What you saying?
yeah, you know, Mus. No, the only thing I was saying was that that referee, if you watch the game, ne, that referee was in no mood to give away.
Okay. I can hear you
penalties.
guys. Can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you,
hear-
Baba, but then you are frozen.
Hey, is everything okay there? Are you fine?
Lebza. Yeah, you see,
He'll give
you
us
see,
a signal.
you
I
see,
can hear you
on
now.
Friday, you said,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Look, now it's
I can hear you.
Right. No, check. You know what? Ne? That referee was in no mood to give away any penalties. If you watch the game, I think those they could have
No, I couldn't hear
salvaged
you
the
on
point
Friday,
from that
so I
game.
didn't know what was happening on Friday. Today I can hear you.
okay.
Those people could have salvaged the point from the game, right? But
Yeah.
that was a reckless challenge
I don't know
on
why they
Brahim
gave you guys
Diaz.
a penalty, bro. You were not supposed to get a penalty.
He kicked him in the stomach. What are you talking about? He kicked him in the stomach. He kicked him in the stomach, bruh. You see, that's the thing. You see, my players, they need to get kicked in
He
the
touched the
stomach
ball first.
before the refereeing team before the refereeing team decides to, oh, okay, let's give Real Madrid a penalty. When Barcelona are playing, Lewandowski can try to shoot the ball and miss the ball and not make any contact with the ball. Nah? And what are
Yeah.
they going to do, Van Roy? They're going to give them a penalty.
Of which
They're going to give
sometimes they
them a
also
penalty.
miss.
Hey, Lebza.
Yeah,
Hey, Lebza.
bruh, that wasn't a
I'm
penalty,
telling
bruh.
Van Roy.
Like I don't know why, bruh.
No, listen. No, listen. I'm telling Van Roy that for Real Madrid's players, they need to get kicked in the stomach before the VAR team actually come to the point where they actually think that it's actually a penalty, right? But where Barcelona are concerned, Lewandowski can shoot and miss the ball, and they will give Barcelona a penalty. And it doesn't matter who the opposition is. It could be against Bayern Munich. It can be against FC
No, bruh.
Copenhagen.
What do you say about it, Lebza? Do you agree with him?
Bruh. We we did agree last week that that shouldn't have been a penalty in Copenhagen. That actually Barcelona ruined
Oh,
a
we
great
didn't agree.
match where they
You
were
didn't
winning
even.
anyway. They
You
didn't
moved
even
past
need
it.
that penalty.
Yeah,
We
yeah, 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 yeah.
agreed.
You moved past it.
Read,
You
read,
didn't even
no,
want
read
to
the script
entertain
last
it.
week. No, read the script. The
Oh,
script.
no, hey,
No,
hey,
read the
left.
script
I
from
was
last
there.
week.
You moved
The
past.
script from
I
last week
mentioned it. I
that
I highlighted
Barcelona
it,
ruined.
but you did not say what you're saying now.
No,
It's fine.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's an argument
mm-mm,
for another day.
bruh. I mentioned it. I agreed with last week that no, that shouldn't have been a penalty. But 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 you see that one. The reason it wasn't so bad is because Barca were already winning. With this one here, you guys were going to drop points. You were going to now be 3 points behind. So it shows that Father Perez owns the league, man. Like, why would you give a penalty for such a thing? And especially on the last minute, because you want to make sure that Vene, they don't walk away here. Like, I'm sure even if they didn't touch the guy, they sneezed on him. He would have said it's a health risk and pointed at the spot.
You see, this is why I'm saying if you had watched that game, then you would have seen that the referee was in no mood to give away cheap penalties. There were many, many,
Was
many
not in the
fouls in
mood
the
of giving penalties.
Listen, there were many fouls on my players in the
Yeah.
box, right? But they didn't even go to VAR. They were not even interested at going back to look at the footage to see if that really was a foul. But when
It's
Rayo
because
Vallecano's
it's
defender
because
kicked Brahim in
the brown
in
envelope
the
wasn't there
stomach,
yet.
ah, Letsa, don't start that
The brown
conversation
envelope
because
was not
you know
had
that
not
the Negreira
transferred
case,
yet. The brown envelope. It transferred.
Lebza,
It transferred on
Lebza,
the 90th minute.
Lebza, Lebza. The Negreira case is
Mm.
going to be made into a criminal case. That means your
Bro,
presidents
my
are going
network
to
is sucks though. Like
prison.
I hear you. My
Van
network
Roy,
sucks, man. Let me walk
The
around here.
network. Anyway, yeah,
Mm.
like I said, that's an
I
argument for another day. Just to close that off, Rio
no
Betis,
no every day.
you wanna argue with him every day as long as Barcelona is involved.
Mhm.
Let's see if we can find the
No,
best
the thing is,
position.
Tibo is unfair, bruh.
Yeah,
Tibo is unfair, bruh. The reason Tibo is unfair is because he argues like a chick. He wants to compare notes. You cheated, so I cheat. No, Tibo. I agreed last week that no, we were wrong. The ref was wrong to give Barca a penalty at that time. But then today, I also disagree with Real Madrid receiving a penalty to title what you call affecting penalties. Because you, at least if you were winning 4-0 and then you get another one, I wouldn't have minded. That's what happened in Copenhagen. Here I
Eh,
mind because it actually gave you the victory.
Tibo, I just want to throw a spanner in the works. You gonna leave him to say you argue like a chick?
I
Yeah,
don't know what
he
to
knows.
say. That's why I'm keeping quiet.
Yeah. He must keep quiet because he knows they're wrong in his team. Like, how can they do this? It's because the reason I said that is because he's comparing and it's not apples with apples. Because he's saying, but you did it. Last week, Lewandowski missed a shot. No, 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 no. Champions League, La Liga. And La Liga
Yeah,
is
yeah.
owned by Perez.
And you know what? What cracked me up is when he said Father Perez.
Father Perez, he owns
Father
it.
Perez.
Fa-
He owns
Father
everything.
Perez owns it. Ah, he owns it, bruh. He probably owns Barca too. He just likes to have a nice competition, you know? It's like
Yeah.
Coca-Cola taking out Fanta and Sprite just to compete with themselves.
Yeah, yeah. Just to wrap up La Liga, Barcelona keeps winning with and without the drama. They basically shown leadership in that match. Thibaut, over to you.
Real Madrid are relying on stoppage time penalties is not dominance. It's I think a sign of the team not functioning well on the day.
I agree. I agree. I agree. I don't have my script in front of me, so I just agree with you, Tivo, because there, that's sense, man. Real Madrid, no dominance.
Yeah, and just to end it off, Atletico Madrid's emotional energy is basically flat. Simeone basically needs a reset moment. I don't know if they have a reset button, but if they do, he needs to press it right now.
Definitely. Simeone, you know what? I don't know when he's going to pick up. Like, is he going to pick up now when he goes into the playoffs of Champion Leagues and then into, last 16?
Yeah,
Because he does end up picking up at some point where he actually does then become dangerous because he could knock out a big player in the Champions League. But hey, in La Liga, I don't know what he's doing unless he's rotating a lot.
yeah. I don't know about that. But yeah, they are showing inconsistency. Like you can, it hurts to say it, but sometimes like other teams show me a glimpse of my team as well. Like they would come, they would they would go into a Champions League match and outperform that 11, and then go back to
Mm,
their own domestic league, and then it just falls flat. And then the next week they play Champions League, then they play brilliant football, and then it's just
don't
like
worry.
this.
Don't worry,
So
City fans are agreeing with you too. City fans are also basically City fans, Madrid fans, Liverpool fans should actually have a house party.
yeah, yeah,
Don't you think, Tibo? Mm?
I'm not sure.
and he's gonna be the DJ. Anyway,
Yes, he must be.
moving on to Bundesliga, where it shows quiet intensity. The Bundesliga teams this weekend didn't shout; they basically just executed. Lebza, I don't know about you.
You know what? Bundesliga now, when Bayern lost last week, I was sure that, okay, you know what? Maybe there's a challenge, but it's back to normal again, right, Tibo?
Same old, same old.
Yeah, yeah, but it also shows Bayern are basically grinding wins, and it's always one phase of a title charge. So I don't know about you guys. Who do you guys think is gonna take the Bundesliga?
I put my money on Bayern.
And you, Thibaut, do you think there's gonna be
I told
upsets?
guys.
It's obvious, ne?
Mm.
That's why a lot of people don't even watch Bundesliga anymore. They actually, it's like that movie, ne, where you just watch the trailer, then you already know what is happening.
It's like 4 years ago how City were making the Premier League.
It
You know,
was
then
farmers.
then you just knew that it's just gonna be Pep's boys.
Yeah,
And
no,
how
we don't
Barca
take
have made the league for the last 20 years, you know which team's gonna win. Anyway,
yeah,
we
no,
are in
we don't
Bundesliga now.
we don't take that away from anybody. Like for me,
Mm.
City deserved it, Barca also, but Madrid as well. For the last 10 years, even though they might slip up in the league, they will win Champions League. So you have to count them in that conversation as well.
No, very dangerous, bro.
Yeah, near Tibo.
It's time for the props and flops of the week.
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Our first nomination is Tottenham Hotspur, uh, solely for disrupting Manchester City and aiding their London rivals Arsenal. In second position, we have PSG winning with 10 men, which keeps the title nerve intact. And lastly, we have Manchester United. Michael Carrick's perfect start continues.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about you guys, ne? I'm going with United on this one. I give props to them.
Mm. Yeah, no, I'll also go there. I don't believe I'm saying it, but yeah, I'd have to say the prop will go to United for these options because they just have a certain swagger, man. Cunha and his new celebration,
Yeah, they
it's
dance.
gonna, hey, bro, it's gonna be taking flight if he carries on like that, man. They'll be doing it, the kids when soccer season starts in high schools by second term. So, let's hope they carry on the same way. But when they play City, they lose. So yeah,
Yeah.
Man United on my side.
And you, Tibo? Oh, you said Spur,
Mm,
ne?
I think I think PSG. I think PSG. It's difficult, to win everything and to continue winning. So
Mm.
for the mere fact that they went down to 10 men and they still managed to find a way to win, it shows that they are not Liverpool. That they are, a team who knows how to get the job done.
Shots fired. Fede,
Shots
Fede, it's all
fire!
right.
Pop, 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 pop.
And you know what, name? He says it with a straight face. Like
Yo,
Liverpool.
Chibo, poker
But it's
face,
all right.
poker face. Pop,
It's
pop,
fine.
pop, 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 poker face.
I will love to fight another day. Coming at you with the flops of the week, we have Kylian Mbappe. Um, it basically he showed individual brilliance, but also collective cost. Coming at you at second place is Aston Villa losing control against a side that has 10 men. And number three is Fiorentina managerial drift. It's basically accelerating a decline and it's just not happening for them. So, Lebza, who would you give your flop of the week?
I think the ref for the Madrid match is missing, and also Pep Guardiola's charges are also missing in this flop because they actually really flopped. But another team I was disappointed by was Aston Villa because I'm supporting them secretly. So I'll give them the flop because 10 men, they were supposed to really just take over. But hey, it happened. So yeah, flop Aston Villa.
And you, Thibaut?
It's definitely Kylian Mbappe. I think it's the worst thing to happen to Real Madrid in recent history.
More than
Okay.
Alonso.
Nah, he was also a piece of shit, but Mbappe is the worst.
and
But he's
and he says
scoring, bruh.
that
He's scoring. Wait, what did he do? What did he do? Because I don't watch those type of matches. What did he do?
Nah, man, he doesn't help, the team with defending, I mean, that's the whole reason why PSG won everything last year, is because he wasn't there and everyone else was pulling together,
Mm-mm.
to defend, to attack. Now, it's one thing if Mbappe doesn't assist to defend, but when he gets on the ball, he needs to do something. When he tried to dribble
Mm.
somebody, they would take the ball or he would fall. He doesn't know
Mm.
how to pass his teammates. Then on top of that, he doesn't even defend. He had an opportunity to cut the ball back to Vinicius Junior. He took a shot, he hit the post. I mean, had he,
Yeah.
had he passed it back, it wouldn't really have been an issue of having to wait for a penalty in the dying embers of the game. Now that guy is overrated, man. I'm so right.
Should
he
should we
reminds me
swap
of
with
Salah.
Haaland? Should we swap with Haaland?
Nah, I don't want Haaland. I just want another midfielder. I just want another
You,
midfielder in there because
you don't
So,
want another
um,
another cow. You don't want another cow.
Thibaut, so when you say you want another midfielder, who exactly are your top three choices?
Yeah. Who are you
I
seeing
thought
now?
three is
If
difficult.
Okay,
one, yeah.
who are you
Three is
going for?
difficult.
Who
Hmm?
are you going
I
for?
mean, there's Vitinha. There's Vitinha.
Okay.
There's
And Pedri, but you can't buy him. We will never sell him because
there
we're not
is
going to have another Figo moment.
there's Vitinha and there's a German left-footed midfielder. He has a messed up nose. His
Oh
last
yeah,
name
I
is
see that
Spieler.
boy. I see that guy.
He plays for Stuttgart. Any one of those two guys. Like if like the option was to you take Mbappe, you either move him on or you swap with either Vitinha or him. And then I can get back to playing in that diamond formation that
Yeah.
Ancelotti used because I dominated everyone playing in that
Uh,
system.
mm.
Yeah, sure. I'm also giving my flop of the week to Mbappe because he reminds me of Salah with his stinginess. And yeah, that's my flop of the week.
You think Mbappe learned from Messi to be selfless, but he still wants to be a CR7. Aye. There can only be one, you know? Mm.
And the GOAT. Yeah, and yeah, that's a debate for another day. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say thank you for joining us this weekend. Reminded us of one thing and one thing only: form is temporary, structure is permanent. And from Soweto to Savella, to Turin to Tottenham, the teams with clarity are moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. The rest are complaining and explaining themselves. That is it. This is Let's Argue. The passion was there, the sharper truth. Next week, no, not next week, this Friday actually, we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fantastic one. Thibaut,
Salute.
Yania
Oh,
Lebza.
yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Aha. See you again on Friday.